we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
Okay, so we're down here in the engine bay and got the shop back because first things first, get the water out of here. And then probably get these rusty beans out of here too, because you can't see anything. They're making them, they're falling, the rust is literally chipping off and filling up inside the boat. It's a disaster. So I got all fancy with this pump I have here, and I've had this around, but what a piece of junk. I mean, the threads are just soft plasticky crap, and just trying to thread the new garden hose on here just destroyed it. And I know it fits a garden hose because I used it once like that. Brand new garden hose, there's nothing wrong with it. But anyway, so we just got simple stupid here. Got a little piece of poly tube siphoning. And I vacuumed out a lot around where the poly tube is, so hopefully it won't clog up too much. So we'll just give it some time and let it sit there and siphon. Much simpler, no pump. Hopefully it works.
Looks real good. That's what it looks like.
Okay, so we're looking at Resurrection here, and we're looking at how the wall is here at the back door. So there's a wood trim all the way around, along with a metal trim. And it's a little rough right here. This is loose, which needs to be tightened, but that's where the latch for the door comes in. So underneath this trim is another wood piece that goes all the way around. So now we're going to go look at the other boat. We're going to see what it looks like in comparison to what it should look like. All right, here we are on the new boat, the new old boat, and the fiberglass is separating.
Oh shit, yeah it is.
All the way along. The doors facilitate that, but look it up here. There's a big gap. I mean, where the roof is to this is 2.5, 3 inches.
Well, this is also older than our boat. So.
Correct. But what has happened to it? Why is it so separated? That's where the door latch should be. I mean, it's just... But that gap there is... Let's see, this has some rubber that was in here, but... And we don't have the drip edge, like Resurrection has a drip edge, or down here is a drip edge, but different kind of drip edge up here.
Well, yeah, that's just a...
Yeah, Resurrection has this style, just a thin drip edge. Yeah, this separation of the wall here is a problem. We got to figure out how that's happening and how to fix it. Okay, you can open it all the way.
It just hangs there though.
Yeah, I know, it's just ripping apart. We got to deal with that pretty soon, so we can just use it.
Well, why don't we just take the door off and then we can just
Tape it.
tape up this opening.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll have to drill out these rivets though.
Because it's not like the door is keeping any water out.
No, it isn't. Alright, and then let's see how much more water's in here now that I've been draining it. Definitely dried up a lot more. We'll go ahead and open some windows so that it ventilates.
and then we'll get a bunch of rain.
Oh yeah, it'll rain for sure.
We probably should tape over all the windows too. Keep as much water out. Did you see my wine rack?
Yeah, I did. Let me see that wine rack again. Yeah, we got the wine rack.
The wine glass holder.
Wine glass holder.
Which is utterly ridiculous.
Yeah, but
awesome. And I'm probably gonna take it out and put it in Resurrection.
Structurally, we've got to figure out what's sagging here.
Yeah. Oh, it's not great.
Down here is where it's really sagged.
I don't know if we're gonna be rehabbing this boat, babe.
I don't know if we are either, but I think what we're going to be doing is, if we are rehabbing this boat, so we're going to be cutting out this ceiling and cutting out this wall and getting down to the outside fiberglass. Which is, and the structure, you know, seeing the structure of the boat. Where is the structure of the boat, both of these combined? We got to figure that out. I wonder if this roof could even be sunk at all. Probably not, or the window would be. I wonder if the window's stuck.
Here, I'll hold that, babe.
Thanks. That would be a sign that, of course, there's no way to hold on to the window.
Yeah, that's being pinched or something.
Yeah. No, it's loose. All right, so that's a good sign. The window's not pinched. This one's pretty tight, but more sealed in than Resurrection is. This one's fine over here. Get some air in here. Needs it.
We might as well just take that refrigerator out.
Or push it back into place, but actually we'll have to take it out to do the work on this boat anyways.
Yeah.
Not a bad looking refrigerator.
I know, I kind of like it.
Let's see, the oven is Rust City.
But that's what happens when you put these boats in salt water, I think.
Yeah. The one in Wisconsin was also in salt water.
Which makes me a little bit nervous to put our boat in salt water.
Yeah. It means if we're putting the boat in salt water, we got to consider all the things that degrade from salt water. So we're making some progress here on the new arrival. Just trying to get the trash and water and big debris out of this boat so that we can see what we have to work with. So I'm getting down to the end of it. We got the big stuff out and I'm under the floorboards here, and looks like at some point there was a rat or a mouse or something that was probably living in here. There's some nasty looking crap, so I got a glove and a little dustpan here. We're going to try to get most of this crap. Then we'll get in here with a shop vac and chop back the whole thing out. Then we're going to get in here with Clorox and a hose, and we're going to just scrub the heck out of the inside of this thing. Wash all of it out. So that's the order of operations, and then really start to survey all the fiberglass, the structure of the boat, the stringers, transom, everything. Figure out the real condition of the boat before we make any firm plans for it. Yuck. Ah. Oh, that's not very strong. Shit. All right, well. All right, so I'm going to show you what happens when water gets in these boats and gets filled up to the level of the foam. It's really disgusting. Right, watch. When I push on it with this old piece of wood, the water just oozes out. And then there's foam down in here. This stuff, same thing. You push on it and the water just oozes out of it. So I'm not sure how long it takes for that foam to, if that foam will dry out. I mean, we're in the desert here, so pretty much everything dries out, but we got time to consider what we're going to do with it. And if it dries itself out, great. If we have to take the foam out, so be it. We'll take the foam out. We're not set on this boat having, set on it being able to float itself. Hardly any boats anymore have that anyways, and they all run all over just fine. So yeah, so we'll see if this foam dries out or not, and if we have to remove it, so be it. We'll do that. So clearly this boat has had probably the same failure that we found on Resurrection, which is that you can't get the actual oven to light because somebody's already disassembled this thing and apparently gave up on fixing it because all the parts are here, but nothing's ever been done with it. And the way this old thing's rusting up anyways, looks like hell. I mean, we wouldn't keep it. I mean, if it worked, I would just try to take the good parts and combine it with our other oven in Resurrection that looks brand new. But there are no parts that are going to be salvaged from this probably that's going to help the oven in Resurrection either. So that's too bad. So we're not planning to do a whole lot with this boat right out of the gate, but we do need to make sure it's watertight, and this door, and not get any more damage to it. And this door is coming off and it's ripping the fiberglass apart. Water leaks right in. It's a terrible thing. So we have to take this door off. It's causing more damage being on here because it's pulling the fiberglass apart. And even if we have to tape this up, now these doors are riveted into the fiberglass. And I'm just going to drill out the ones that aren't already broke out. That's the plan. Jesus. I wonder this thing even stays together. This stuff's so rotten. There we go. Now, the door is not ripping off the fiberglass.
You can see me. So what we're gonna do is take these big rusty steel beams out of here so we can thoroughly clean the engine compartment.
Okay, then we're gonna have to slide that end over because we have to be at an angle maybe to ever hope to get out of here. Gonna have to go up and over the other one probably. Or we can take this one first since it's already at that spot. Okay.
Look at all that rusty crap that we didn't get in the engine compartment.
Yeah, that one at least. Alright, how the hell did that get in here? Damage that tank.
Huh?
That's a tank for keeping, so you move everything on. All this crap. What is all this crap and why is it in here? So it's looking a lot better in here. Still some mess. These old cables are falling apart and dropping rust everywhere, so obviously we've got to pull those out, but the bulk of the crud is gone, and so we can actually see what's going on in here. We're able to assess the condition of the fiberglass and the stringers and so forth, and also when water gets in it, it'll be a lot easier to get it out now. So there's still some water draining. I think that foam is weeping all the water out and it just keeps collecting down here, so that's a good sign. If we can dry the foam out completely, we'll be pretty happy about that. So we're inside the engine bay of the new boat and finally got it cleaned out enough that we can kind of see what's going on in here. And the way I'm gonna kind of inspect is with this little hammer. I'm just gonna tap in all the places, the stringers and bulkheads and things like that, hollow, anything that is, well, primarily the stringers, but just tap around in anywhere that the fiberglass isn't just thick, like the sidewalls of this have no filler, they're solid fiberglass, but we could tap around and see if there's any evidence that water is intruded into the stringers, because they are fiberglassed in. And on these land and sea craft, I've noticed that, or it seems to me that they're all solid. I mean, they, from what I've seen with all the land and sea craft, the stringers have all been super well done, and haven't run into anyone who's had problems with them and had any intrusion. So I'm not expecting any problem, but just to be safe, we're gonna just tap around every square inch of this thing and we're gonna see if we detect anything. Bit of something right here that I don't like. That's all good. Right there's, so you got a little bit of fiberglass peeling up right there. So for sure, this is the spot we're gonna investigate. And a little bit right there, see? Hollow just at that spot. So, all in all though, maybe just a little bit right there. There's a few areas to investigate. So far, nothing that's really concerning me. Right there, we got some, not sure what's happened there in the past, but we're gonna definitely investigate that more. And right here, you can see where this is worn away. And on the side right there, there's a little area right in here that obviously is something to investigate. I don't know what's going on right there. A little something, but it's like right in here. It's a little raised up. So a little something there to say there's kind of something going on right across here that we probably want to grind that down and have a look. Maybe a little bit down in there. Maybe that's just some foam on that. Yeah, that's just some foam on top of it. So there's that. These bulkheads that I'm like, the bulkhead I'm standing on, not structural. It doesn't even exist on our other boat, and it may have been put in here. I'm not even sure why. I mean, there's obviously stuff was mounted to it, but this boat had twin motors, so I guess they try to think. It's just done differently than on Resurrection, because obviously there are some mounts, motor mounts on here. Actually, you know what I'm thinking? I've seen this bulkhead before in some other boat. I bet you this guy had OMC motors. I wouldn't be surprised, because I think on the OMC motors they have this central bulkhead, the twin OMC motors. Anyway, I'm not too worried about this bulkhead because I could probably remove it. I might have to remove it, to be honest. But if we don't want to, it seems pretty dang solid. Even where there's holes in it. Don't detect anything weird. Yeah, that thing's definitely solid. All right, the other bulkheads. Solid. So, after going through all of this, there's just the biggest concern is right here. A few little spots we'll probably grind away, get a look at what's underneath, re-glass it real nice, make sure the dang thing is strong as it can be for the future. So we're going to end up doing the same thing all the way through the boat once we can clear out enough stuff to get to it all. But back here is where I was most concerned. So this is what it looks like when you pull up the panel over the driver's seat electrical box. Down here we got all kinds of rat mess insulation. Same thing down here, looks like something even been chewing on the foam. And here it's just full of leaves. Looks like big old maple leaves or something, and a bunch of other crap. Anyway, cleaning it out so we can have a look at what it actually looks like under all the crap. Okay. Shop vac.